All right, welcome back to another episode of the Carter Cast. I'm your host, Carter Bond. Ben, we're back. Thursday night. You can hear us, see us, whatever. It's midnight Mountain Time. It was war today.
Yeah. No, this is a grind. Like, you always hear podcasters, you hear different people talk about just sort of the difficulties of, like, oh, we had to watch sports today and do a podcast, and you're like, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Cry me a river, guys. No, this is rough.
Dude, it was. And
it's especially rough when you're coming back to talk about things that you were just completely wrong about.
Yeah, we were wrong about literally everything.
My national champion's gone.
BYU's dead.
4 of my Sweet 16 teams are gone.
Yep, Samford lost. McNeese State didn't look like they were a Division I program today.
Nope.
Mountain West sucked. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a feather in our cap.
But real quick, before we get into the show, we're brought to you by SeatGeek. Download the SeatGeek app. You can see it right behind me. As always, you'll see it all tournament. If you're going to any March Madness games this March, we're going to the Final Four in April. Download SeatGeek or go to SeatGeek.com to get $20 off your first purchase using code CarterCast, KARTERKAST, for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Download the SeatGeek app today or go to SeatGeek.com. All right, let's get into the show. Calipari. Oakland beat Kentucky today.
Yep.
What do we do about Calipari? Is it time for Cal to go?
Well, it's over a $30 million buyout. So when you factor that in, I don't know. But all things being equal, like, I think you got to move on. And like there's been points in this season or points in the last few years where I've thought that Calipari isn't as good of a coach as he used to be, but that, like, he's not a bad coach and he's not worth firing. But, like, it just seems like both sides need, like, a change of scenery, because I think there's, like, this disconnect where Calipari's like, I'm sending these 18-year-olds to the NBA. That's my job.
Yeah.
And all the Kentucky people are like, no. Win national championships, win SEC tournament championships, SEC regular seasons, Final Fours, banners, you know?
And now, because people, the few Cal defenders that were left, fighting the good fight, Bill Walton's hanging on by a thread right here, by the way.
No, he is.
But the Cal defenders that are hanging on by a thread, their whole argument was, hey, they're putting out NBA players. That means it's easy to recruit. We're always going to get top talent. But the thing is, like, guess what? Any coach can come into Kentucky and lose in the first round.
Also, any coach can come into Kentucky and get top talent.
Exactly, especially now with NIL. Yeah. Like, Calipari is just probably a great cheater.
There's talk about, like, especially, you look at someone like Kenny Payne. He got the Louisville job, right?
Yep.
He got the Louisville job after being an assistant coach with Kentucky because he's a good recruiter.
Yep.
That's a really bad idea.
Yep.
Like, you can't hang your hat on that because has recruiting fallen off a cliff since Coach K has retired?
No,
it's the same. Is it about the coach at Duke, or is it about playing for Duke?
And the money.
Yeah,
it's just
that too.
And that's in Kentucky and Duke have that money.
That too.
Plus the brand, the national brand that will get them to the NBA regardless.
Like, they're just going to get 5 stars. They're going to get the top guys in the portal. It's just the reality of the situation.
Okay, where would be the funniest place for Calipari to go? I think
Louisville?
Louisville's the answer.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, I think Louisville's the only answer there. Yeah, I don't know anywhere else. Like, unless he went to just some, like, really small school and just, like, always goes back to Memphis.
He's like, I'm back to UMass.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Louisville's the only option there, but Cal's got to go, man. Well, like, if you're a Kentucky fan and you're still trying to defend Cal, like, what is your argument at this point?
No, I haven't seen any of them, if there are any.
And like, at some point, I understand. Like, I think you and I both know this. You're a UVA fan. You definitely know this. Like, these tournament games are complete crapshoots, essentially.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's got to be on the coach if you consistently lose and get upset year after year, especially when you're a 2 or 3 seed. I mean, you're losing to St. Peter's and effing Oakland. Like, it's at that point, it's on coaching if it happens year after year. Like, yes, Tony Bennett, I still think he's a great coach, don't get me wrong, but at some point, hey, man, like, if you're losing all of these first-round games and round of 32 games and getting upset by inferior teams, at some point it's on coaching. It can't just be luck of the tournament. Oh, it just wasn't our day.
Absolutely. And sort of the difference there is that, like, Virginia basketball is Tony Bennett.
Yep.
Kentucky basketball is not John Calipari.
No, there's no identity with Calipari.
They'll just get a better coach.
Or just, even if he's...
At some point.
Yeah, if they're getting the same talent in, it can't get much worse, can it?
Yeah. No, it can't.
But, yeah, that's... if you're a Kentucky fan, man, like, you're in hell.
Well, and it's not just that they've been 1, 2, 3 seeds the last few years and lost in the first round.
Yeah.
It's like when they've had good teams, they've lost in the first round in embarrassing fashion.
Yep.
But like last year, they weren't good.
Yep.
There's a year in which, was it it was the COVID tournament. They didn't make the tournament that year, right? Them and Duke didn't make the tournament.
And then back in 2016, it was the NIT, or 14 when they lost to Robert Morris, something like that.
I think that's 2014 with like
Terrence Jones.
Scal Labissiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, yeah, it's time to go for Cal. And if you're Cal, you're like, buy me out, please. Like, this is awesome. I mean, being a fired collegiate coach is the greatest job in this country.
Yep. You get paid to go sit on a beach and golf all day.
And talking about the actual game, man, like, we finally have our star of March Madness.
Yeah.
We finally have our star at Oakland. Golke.
What is his name?
Golke?
Golke?
Dude, it's bad right now.
Yeah.
The brain fog, the Cheetzas.
Yeah. Oh.
Should we do our Cheetza review right now?
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't see account.
I'll include the picture of our Cheetza, and you're gonna be like, oh, it looks like someone threw up on your chicken. That's what it looked like. Also,
it didn't taste terrible.
No, the chicken's great. Like, KFC chicken's phenomenal, and it was very, very tasty.
We'll be going back tomorrow.
The
not for Cheetza, but
the red sauce was pretty rough. The cheese was pretty rough. There was no pepperoni on it. Well, you can see the picture right now if you're watching on YouTube or Spotify. But, chicken, 7.1 out of 10. Solid, great chicken. Red sauce, 0.5 out of 10. Awful. Cheese, 1.9 out of 10. Leaves us at a 4.8 out of 10 for the Cheetza. 4.8. I think that's a very generous score. And that's just because I like KFC. If I didn't like KFC and the company and who they are, probably 2.3.
Yeah, there's a loyalty to the brand for sure.
Yeah, but everyone was trashing us, being like, you fat pieces of crap. You guys are white trash. You guys are gross. Who would eat that kind of thing? And we were fighting the good fight, dude. We went out there, we took an L.
Yeah, we did.
We took an L.
We did. No, I feel like you'd be even worse look if we were like, that was so good.
Yeah. Over under calories consumed today.
4,500.
You think 4,500 is the number?
I think so.
Because stuffed crust pizza, I mean, at least
Taco Bell
at least half a dozen sodas.
Yeah.
Taco Bell breakfast.
Cheetza.
Gushers. Pounded some Gushers.
Yeah. Some Girl Scout cookies were involved.
Yeah, I think it was. I think I'd go 3,800.
Okay.
I think I'd go 3,800. I'll be generous.
I think you're really underestimating.
Yeah, the Tums are working overtime tonight, dude.
They are.
But let's talk about actual games real quick. Let's just get everything we were wrong about out of the way. BYU.
Yeah.
Just wrong. Duquesne's better. Duquesne, I guess, was better today, and BYU's just unlucky. Like, I think that was a great example of just the ball wasn't falling.
No, there was there'd be like shots on the rim.
Yep.
For BYU that just rolled out, and you're like, how'd that roll out? And then Duquesne would just chuck sign up, and that would go in.
Yeah.
It just felt like that kind of day. I mean, I've watched upsets where it's like, it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this team's better. Oakland, it was like, this team's better.
Yeah.
Today. Like, BYU Duquesne didn't have that feel to it.
No, not at all. And, like, every BYU fan's going to put this on coaching. Dude, you guys are just missing layups and free throws. Like, what is the coach supposed to do about that? Like,
yeah. No, it's like... Well, and it's also like, well, we need to go out and get a center. It's like, our centers, they played bad today, but they're good.
Fine. They're fine. Like, we're not going to win a national title, guys. Like, let's chill out.
Yeah.
What else did we get wrong today? There was quite a bit.
Drake.
Well, I picked Washington State.
Okay, I'm wrong about Drake.
Yeah, Washington State. I only did that because everyone was on Drake. Because I was like, Drake on paper is going to win this game. Drake on paper is the better team.
For sure. Should we just keep
What was another game we got wrong? McNeese State.
Yeah, McNeese State.
They're terrible.
They're an awful team.
They're one of the worst teams.
It's embarrassing that they're part of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
as a 12 seed,
and that exposed any of us because like I would watch maybe one total game if you combine it.
Oh, I'd watch 0. Never watched them play.
Yeah, I watched part of their conference tournament.
I just thought backing Will Wade would be funny.
Yeah, and they're just a bad team.
Yeah, no,
like,
they're bad.
I guess, playing Mississippi University of Women and Biblical College Studies doesn't get you ready for the tournament.
We were wrong by thinking the NC State Magic was over.
Yep, 100%. I mean, they are primed for what? Maybe an Elite 8 run? Let's say the top half crumbles. Maybe A&M upsets Houston or... I mean, even if Duke makes a run to the Elite 8, NC State can win that game. That we saw that already on a neutral floor.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think at this point it's like second weekend or bust, the minimum for NC State.
That's the craziest thing about this, because Kevin Keatts. You're telling yourself last Tuesday, Kevin Keatts is going to be playing probably in the Sweet 16, and he has an ACC tournament title. And there's a good chance he might finish further in the tournament and with an ACC tournament title than Duke or Carolina.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
So, like, after this year, like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, Kevin Keatts is more accomplished than Hubert Davis and John Shire.
Yeah. No, it's insane. I think, yeah, I mean, this is just what the tournament brings, but.
Yeah, it's the new Coach K. What else do we?
Dude.
Samford winning, I got wrong. Samford covering the spread, best bet, cash that.
No, like I feel like we were right about Samford.
Yes, that Nick Timberlake, that was bullcrap.
Well, yeah, and I'm not even saying to win, but like I watched that game and went, Samford could have been a Sweet 16 team.
Yes, 100%.
Absolutely, they're a Sweet 16 quality team. And so I'm going to say we were correct.
I'm just glad they kept pressing and didn't guard anybody. Just let everybody run by them.
Gonzaga wins by 10, 12, 14.
Against Samford?
Against Kansas.
Oh, against Kansas, yes. Yes, I think Gonzaga
Pretty
is
easily.
100% the play there.
Yeah.
But with Samford, talking about the game Nick Timberlake blocked that was clean, how can we not review that? Like, what are we doing here? They reviewed everything else on the court, whether it was time, whether it was foot on the line, whether it was out of bounds. Like, okay, if we're already spending 20-plus minutes at the monitor, why don't we spend an extra 60 seconds being like, oh, crap, we got that wrong. Switch it. Let's go.
Yeah, at least in like under 2 minutes like they do with like, the ball going out of bounds. Like,
or just make
like
it under 1 minute. Let's just say under 1 minute. Like when it's crunch time, like, hey.
Like we're not going to let the refs blow the game in the last possession.
Yeah, like you're like, because Clark Kellogg was talking today. He's like, well, that would give us even more replays, and we hate replays. It's like, well, I mean, we're already 20 minutes deep into replays. What is 21 minutes going to hurt at this point?
Agreed.
Let's get the call right.
Another thing where I was personally wrong, felt like this should be the first thing they said. I thought Kentucky would win the national championship. They will not. So get that out of the way right now.
Well, Purdue hasn't played their first round game against Grambling yet, so I can't talk crap yet. They have to beat a 16 seed before I can do anything.
And then I'll be on a revenge tour tomorrow night if Yale beats Auburn.
Oh yeah.
Which to be fair, the clip was like I hadn't, like I keep up the best that I can and feel informed on all these teams. Was not aware that Katie Johnson was practically not a factor on this team. That makes me feel a little better about them. I still don't think they have the talent.
We were talking about that, and we're just like, yeah, that's if all of a sudden we're like, yep, you know what? I don't trust this Duke team and Joey Baker during the Zion year. I just don't think Joey Baker's good enough.
Exactly. So rightfully, I'm getting slammed for that. Rightfully, I'm also getting slammed for where I misspoke and said that you can't trust Auburn in the tournament when I wanted to say I don't feel like you can trust this Auburn team in the tournament.
The beauty of all of this is none of this will matter. None of this will matter if Yale wins tomorrow.
Yeah. No, the reasoning won't matter. And, even though my reasoning was not sound
and
at
your
all.
March Madness could not have started worse. Like I'm on that trajectory. Duke is my saving grace. Like Samford covered whatever, but I mean, it was just a wild.
Yeah.
It was a war today, but like Sanford covered whatever. But March Madness could not have started worse for you. Tuesday, Virginia puts up maybe one of the grossest performances we've seen in March Madness history. Until today, when we saw
the team that
was
beat them.
McNeese worse or was Colorado State worse? I think McNeese
but the 11 points and a half.
Yeah, at 11 points
It's
at halftime, bad.
From a totality standpoint.
But anyhow, Virginia loses Tuesday. Then Thursday today, BYU loses to start. Or Mississippi State's just getting boat race to start. We both had them in our Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And then BYU loses, and our team, we both had them in the Elite Eight. That's a bad start to the day. And then Kentucky, your national title pick, that goes to crap. All you're hanging on to Yale now.
In
Vermont.
My two favorite basketball teams were eliminated through the second game of Thursday. And they both made the field. So that was incredible. And then my national champion later that day. So, I just enjoy watching these games, though.
Yeah.
So, like, at this point, it's like, if they weren't going to make a deep run, it's at least, like, it's done. It's whatever.
Yeah,
and I can just focus as just a relaxed viewer who's
especially
not
on
invested
Friday. Like, today, it still
emotionally
stings.
in that way.
Today, it still stings, and then tomorrow, it's like, all right, we're back. We're back.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine. Like, you're going to sit there and cheer against Duke, and all will be right in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then what else happened today? We're losing it. It's a late night.
Dayton, New Mexico.
That changed the vibe of the day. It changed everything, the outlook and everything, because BYU Duquesne was probably the only intriguing game. I don't think it was that entertaining. It was awful for us.
It was just an upset.
But it was like 6-11.
Yeah.
6-11s.
But Duquesne being BYU was an upset.
Yeah. I mean, they were 10-point dogs.
Yeah. But it was one of those things where it's like you didn't watch and just go like, oh, it's this magical Oakland, Kentucky type.
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
Yeah. So, and all the 11 seeds won today too. But in the afternoon games, Mississippi State games sucked. Every game sucked besides BYU. None of them were within single digits. Dayton making the 24-4 comeback at the very end. That was awesome. That changed everything. You're like, okay, I'm ready for the night slate. Texas, Colorado State, kind of a stinker. Texas had that game. Once Colorado scored 8 points, Colorado State scored 8 points. That was game, I guess. Once it was 8-2, and then Texas took the lead. Once Texas scored 12 points, it was over. And then who was the other Mountain West team? Colorado State and Nevada. Yeah, we just talked about them. The Mountain West got exposed today.
It did.
Mountain West, everyone was talking crap, Mountain West better than the ACC. Mountain West 1-0. You guys played Virginia. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But then Boise State loses to Colorado, and then Dayton loses, or Nevada has one of the biggest chokes I've ever seen in the NCAA tournament. And then we saw Colorado State play somehow equal to Virginia basketball. Like, they just infected them.
Yeah, they like, it's like the... have you played Super Smash Bros. Before?
Yeah.
It's like Kirby. He swallows.
Yeah.
The person turns into... That's what they did to Virginia. Colorado State, swallowed him and turned into Virginia.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Before the day, I said, you know what? Screw the Mountain West. I hate the Mountain West. I took an anti-Mountain West parlay, and it's alive now. We made it through day one. Dayton,
that's incredible.
Yeah, so now we have TCU. We need TCU to beat Utah State, UAB to beat San Diego State. That's the one I'm most worried about. And then who's the other team?
Clemson to beat New Mexico.
Yeah, which I kind of like that one.
I still like that one.
Yeah,
too.
everybody. There has not been one person on this earth that has said, you know what? I think Clemson wins that game. That's not a Clemson Tigers fan.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mountain West got exposed today. Anything else? Whoops.
No, I truly think that just sort of covers the day.
Yeah.
Like the Oakland, Kentucky, it was like a good reminder. That in Dayton, New Mexico, even a good ending to Samford, Kansas, that like there will be madness. I think today was like, I think you gotta understand and accept today for what it was, which was still a day of March Madness round of 64 basketball on a Thursday. But I think you gotta understand and go and have the mindset going into tomorrow's slate, knowing that tomorrow will probably be better.
Well, Yeah. And the other thing is, don't take these games for granted.
Exactly.
Literally Monday, you're going to be sitting in your office at work being like, dang, dude, I'd do anything to go back to last Thursday. Anything.
Especially because you'll get Sweet 16 Elite 8 games, and like those are great games. It's fun. But if your team's not involved, it's not the same as watching the round of 64.
No, because all you're pulling for is if you're betting the game, you're wanting that, or your bracket if that's still alive, or you just want a close game. That's it. That's all you're cheering for. And so
you won't have the 4 TVs. Yeah, it's just
it'll be a 2 TV time though.
Yeah,
it'll be 2 TVs. But yeah, overall, I give your grade on March Madness today.
B-.
I was gonna go straight C.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes sense. It's just it's hard for me to. It's like it just gets a boost from just being itself.
Yeah, like yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
C plus
in comparison
C+.
to like other March Madness like tournaments, round of 64 days.
Yeah, like
it's like a C minus maybe. But it's like if it's just like like the inner, it's B-, like anywhere from C- to B- is correct in my eyes. So
before we go off topic about March Madness food situation, let's just keep talking. Let's talk about the food situation. Like, what playing tomorrow? KFC round 2.
Yeah, we got to do the family bucket. My girlfriend and I, once we missed an entire, her dog had a seizure. And we had to take him to the animal hospital, and so I had to watch Lions-Bucks NFL playoffs on my phone, and we didn't get to eat all day, and so we watched Chiefs-Bills. And got like the KFC like family meal, and after not eating all day, that was like I was telling her, I was like, this is the best meal I've ever had. Yeah,
the dude. Luckily, we're stocked up on Tom's, man.
Yeah.
All right, this is going off the rails, so we'll close up shop right now. All right, thank you so much for listening. Quick episode today. We're gonna do the same thing tomorrow. We'll have more energy tomorrow.
Yeah,
more energy tomorrow. It's just sad. We need Duke. I need Duke to win. I'll be way more in it. Today was I'm running off 3 hours of sleep. I had stuff on every single game today. It was legit. Like it's just war every day. Every game, every hour, every minute, it's just war, and you're worn out.
Yeah, exactly. And as I told our buddy Tyler last year after the Thursday night games, we were going to sleep, I said, not everyone can do what we do.
No.
And that's sort of our motto here. Not everyone can do what we do, which is sit on our butts and eat 4,500 calories and watch college basketball for 13 hours. And then do a podcast on it.
And
everyone can do what we do.
And I went to the gym. Why? Why did I do?
Are you going tomorrow?
Heck no.
Yeah, of course not.
Why would I? I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow. Tomorrow's your day where you go to sleep right now, midnight, whatever. Maybe you get a couple bets in tonight. You wake up 30 minutes before tip off. At best.
Yeah, I was thinking I've already set my alarm for 10 a.m. because I'm assuming the first tip's at 10:10 again.
10:15, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get up. I'll come out here. There's energy drinks that you have we got
energy
stocked
drink.
up.
Yeah,
so
we're ready to
take
roll.
an energy drink. Maybe I'll take a quick shower. And then I'll be out here changed, ready to go.
Yep. So. But you will be watching this live on Twitter early morning tomorrow, and it'll be live everywhere. Follow on Twitter at CarterCast. Follow on all social media at CarterCast, at BDHammond28, at CarterBA. YouTube. Subscribe on the YouTube. Like, subscribe, and that'll do it from us. Download the SeatGeek app. Use code CarterCast for $20 off your first purchase. $50 purchase minimum required. SeatGeek.com or download the SeatGeek app today. Use code CarterCast, KARTERKAST, for $20 off your first purchase during March Madness. That'll do it from us. We'll see y'all tomorrow.